Hello friends, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Cyberverse Starscream from the Spark Armor line. This is a brand new figure that was just released, well, today, Friday, August 2nd, and I picked this figure up at Target. Now my Target did have pegs for the other figures, but they just weren't on the shelves yet, so hopefully I'll have those coming up soon. So, this figure is, well, it's something all right. Starting off with the little bulldozer that Starscream comes with it. The bulldozer can lift and lower its shovel for whatever good that's going to do us, though it does just have a tendency to fall off if you do that too much. It's fine. It's yellow, black, and gray. Doesn't have much paint. It really could use some more paint. My only real complaint about it is it kind of comes apart a little bit too easy. It's supposed to come apart, so this piece comes off, then the treads come off, and then there's this top piece. So it splits into 4 different pieces, and these 4 pieces can be wielded by any other figure in the Spark Armor line as well. Starscream himself is actually pretty well molded. However, of course, my figure's hips are a little bit on the loose side. This figure feels incredibly cheap and doesn't have the best hand feel in the world. And I know this is something that my friend Vangelis, a fellow TF reviewer and host of WTF at TFW, has mentioned. Hand feel is very important. This figure does not have the best hand feel, but I do have to admit, in certain spots, the plastic feels nice and strong, but in other spots it feels really cheap. It's just very strange. Paint on the figure is minimal. You have purple here on the wings, red in the chest, or in the pectorals and in the crotch, the yellow here on the top or the front of the chest, and then his head is actually pretty well painted. It's not bad. Overall, the aesthetic is good and very reminiscent of Transformers animated Starscream, but in a more Cyberverse slash not Prime, RID 2015 feel. Starscream's posability is rather limited. Head does not move at all. There is a ball joint in the shoulder. There is a hinge at the elbow. There is some torso articulation for the transformation. Ball joint in the hip. And then there is a knee joint which bends at well over 90 degrees, but that doesn't really serve any purpose. And there is no articulation in the feet. As you can see from the back of the figure, all of his limbs are pretty darn hollow, but they are thicker than some of the other figures from RID and Cyberverse. For a size comparison, Starscream fits between, somewhere in between a Legends class figure and a current Siege Deluxe class figure. It's more towards the Legends side, though. Starscream's transformation is very easy. Fold the arms all the way up, combine the legs, take the entire torso section, turn it 180 degrees, and it will lock into place. Come to the back of the figure and first fold up the nose cone. Then you can take the wings and fold them down 90 degrees until they plug into, well, his butt. Then grab the arms and the shoulders and pull them away from the figure, and they will attach to the bottom of the wings, or the underside of the wings, on these pegs. And then take the nose cone and the cockpit and fold it along the back, and it'll cover the head. Unfortunately, you can't turn the head around, so he looks like he's just kind of watching everything below him as he flies around. Now, this plane mode is not great. I don't like the proportion. I really wish the legs folded up or did something to look more like a plane and less like just robot legs sticking off a plane. It's not great. In fact, the simplest transformation I've seen in a long time was from the late RID Autobot. Airstrike? Was that his name? Anyway, his transformation is basically the same thing, but it looks so much better in plane mode. Oh well. I would love if there was a way to attach, the armor bits to the plane mode, but you can't. Now for the combination with the bulldozer. Take the treads, and they will peg into the legs, but one little cool thing, there is a slot at the top of the tread cut out for the little wings that are sticking off his tail. I have found that if I don't get that part lined up correctly, it's just not going to work. All right, then we take the top of the bulldozer, flip open the cab, and, well, this piece will flip down. There are peg holes at the top. They peg in. This flips down and sort of pegs into his chest, and then the bucket section just hangs off his back, and then he can wield the front of the bulldozer in his hand. Oh, and yes, it is posable in this way, or in this mode. So that means we can attach it to his shoulder, or the outside of his arm if we flip it around. Okay, check that. No, we can't. There's not enough clearance, so we're kind of stuck with this. Okay then. Here is his spark armor. That looks really dumb. That really, really does look dumb. I'm not a fan. There needs to be more paint. This yellow does not go with this gray at all. Ugh. Overall, Spark Armor Starscream is fine. There's nothing really wrong with it, but there's nothing great about it either. It's an okay figure that I think is overpriced, but I have a feeling that customizers are going to have a field day with this line, because they're going to be able to make some really cool figures out of these things. If I had to equate it to anything, it feels like a modern-day GoBot, for all the good and bad that that title brings to it. Would I recommend picking it up? Only pick it up if you're a completionist like me or another reviewer. Otherwise, there are probably other better figures that are going to be coming out, especially in the Siege line, so pick up those instead. So folks, let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment and subscribe down below. Be sure to hit that bell so you know when a new video is out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.